Welcome to Physics 151. This semester, I will be your instructor. My name is Lisa Knight. Just a little bit about me. I'm a community college instructor. I actually have a full-time job about 150 miles away from you guys. I have been teaching physics for 16 years at the community college, and I taught high school for 5 years before that. I have a master's in education and a master's in physics. And I've been teaching at Brunswick for, this will be my 11th year. Let me tell you a little bit about the course you're taking. Physics 151 is the first course in a 2-semester sequence of algebra-based college-level transfer physics. Most of the people who take the 151 and or 152 sequence are students who are going to become doctors, dentists, physical therapists, any kind of biomedical related science. You need to have taken or be in pre-calculus when you take this class so that you will have the algebra skills you need to solve problems. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the course itself. This course is going to cover motion, forces, energy and momentum, and how they're all related. It's divided into seven modules, actually 6 modules, and the last module is the final exam. When you open up the course, the very first thing you'll see is the welcome message that's in all the courses at BCC. You'll see the announcements forum. This is where I make weekly announcements, and the course questions forum where you can ask questions such as, hey, where is lab 6? I don't see it. Or, hey, something's wrong with module 2's test. It is not a place for you to pose personal problems. That's reserved for an email between you and me. The first section is going to be the syllabus. When you click on that, you're going to see a book. The little green icon is a book, which is actually the orientation. If you click on that and you go through each page of that, that'll kind of orient you to the course. Then you need to click on the syllabus and download it to your computer and print it out for your records. Make sure you've read through both of these, and when you're ready, then you can go to the enrollment assignment. The enrollment assignment is required, and you must do it before anything else is available to you. And the enrollment assignment is just a quiz, and I've set it up so that you can take it as many times as you like. But the first time you take it, whatever date that is, that's going to be the official date that you've enrolled in the class. The very first module includes the orientation and Chapter 1 material. It lasts 2 weeks. So once you do the enrollment assignment, you need to go on through the rest of the course. So let me just kind of highlight some things. The next section after the enrollment section are the course resources. This is a list of links and pages with information on them. The very first thing you have here is the OpenStax College Physics textbook. That's the textbook that we're using this semester. It doesn't cost anything unless you really want to have a printed version of it. You can order one from them for a very nominal fee. The next thing that you have is a page, and on that page, this is called the WebAssign registration. You have to use WebAssign in this course. So this is a very important link because it tells you when you click on it, it tells you where to go, and it links to all the websites that you need. And most importantly, you have to have a class key to get into the site, and that is going to be listed. It's listed Brunswick 44276146. And I would go ahead and copy and paste it before I went to the website, so that when you got ready to enroll with the class key, that you would just be able to copy and paste it into the empty boxes. And then this will be also a place where you can find the link for WebAssign if you ever need it. When we go back to our course resources here, we also have something called Logger Pro. Logger Pro is a free graphing software to you. And when you click on this page is going to link to a bunch of download links. So depending on the platform you're using, you will go to that website and you will download your Logger Pro. Logger Pro is a pretty big file, and you're going to be using that. So you want to make sure that you download it to your computer. And then we're also going to be completing these interactive discussions with a web software called VoiceThread. And this is just a link to the how-to videos, so that if you want to know how to add a comment, or if you want to do an audio comment, or you want to make a video and upload it, or if you want to take a picture and upload it, this is going to show you how to do that. I have a couple other resources here that will help you. Physics Classroom and Khan Academy are all online resources that have good information about physics in general. Now, next to Module 1 is what you really need to get working on. So your orientation stuff is due the very first week of class, and that orientation really is to complete your enrollment quiz, number 1, enroll in WebAssign, download Logger Pro. That's what you need to do by the 16th. And I know that the census date is really the 23rd, but you need to get started before then, because this is a lot of material in this class, and we need to get started. So if we're having any problems with these things, we need to know about it so we can get those fixed. And then by the 23rd, you need to have read Chapter 1. Now, the way the module is, the weekly modules are arranged is like this. Each week you will have assignments to do. So in Module 1, Week 1 is Chapter 1 measurement. If you look at the page for Week 1, you're going to see that it tells you what the Week 1 is and what chapter to read. And it's going to tell you exactly what you need to be able to do after you have gone through all the learning material. When you click on this is important because this is where all the assignments are. It tells you what to study, and it gives you a couple of different things. You have to read Chapter 1 in your textbook, so it gives you the link to that. There are videos, and in this case, there's a video that I've made. But in most cases, it's a video to the OpenStax videos for that chapter, which are excellent. They not only go over the content, but they do a great job showing you how to do problems, especially the problems in the book. And then last but not least, well, actually not last, almost last, there's a study guide for the chapter. So I've created a study guide for you that you can download and print and use as you go through each section. It'll tell you things like, oh, I'm not going to ask you questions on this section, but if you're taking the MCAT, you should probably review it. Or, oh, in this section, I really need you to know how to do these 2 examples. That kind of thing. And it also highlights the vocabulary and the formulas that you'll need. Also, I have created self-check quizzes for you guys so that you can check your understanding conceptually and a little bit of the analytical, the quantitative stuff. Like there might be a few problems, but they're not going to be hard problems. These quizzes are really quizzes to check your understanding of the concepts. And they're available within the module, and I'll show you where that is in a second. You also have the assignments. So this week you have actually 3 assignments to do, which is abnormal. Usually you only have 2 assignments to do, and it varies. You could have a homework assignment and a discussion to do, or you could have a homework assignment and a lab to do. That's usually the way it goes. A homework assignment and something else. The homework is in WebAssign, except for a couple of homeworks are going to be homeworks that you have to do, scan and upload to me. And then, the discussions are usually in VoiceThread. They're a VoiceThread presentation. I'll show you what it looks like. You just click on the discussion link, and it opens up the VoiceThread presentation. And it asks you to sign in. So you're going to have to make a VoiceThread an account in order to sign in and be able to use that. But it's free. You don't have to pay for anything. Just make the free account. And then as you go, once you do make that account and you sign in, then this will show up as a presentation, and it'll start. If there's any audio with it, it'll play immediately. And you just go through each page of the presentation. And then Lab 1 is very important in this case because it's going to orient you to using Logger Pro. So this is going to be a link to the lab sheet, but if we go back to Module 1, I also include in Module 1 some other sections. So for example, the labs that you have, I usually have a folder for the lab. Actually, it's not a folder, it's an assignment link. If you click on that assignment link, you'll see that in this there's a lab instruction sheet, but there's also a couple of videos that show you how to make, how to use Logger Pro. So that helps you with the lab. When you're ready, in this example, you're going to save it and upload it to the link. And then you're going to check yourself. So here's your check yourself, right? This isn't graded. This is something that you would do for practice. So if I click on it, just to show you what it looks like, there's just a few questions here, right? There's just 19 questions. This is a pretty big quiz. Most of the quizzes are about 15 questions long. And you can go through here and answer these and then check yourself and see how you're doing. And then, of course, I've also included some additional materials in each module, in addition to the physics classroom and Khan Academy. I might have some PowerPoints or some teacher-made videos. And basically that's it. When you go to Module 2, you're going to see that Module 2 is going to last 2 weeks as well. And the due dates are always listed beside the names of the weeks. And each week is contained in a page that you click on, like I'm clicking on week 2 now. And you can see the same setup. So here's a more typical example. In week 2, you have to do the homework in WebAssign, and you have to do a problem discussion in Chapter 2. All right. So that's basically the structure of the Moodle class itself. Let me tell you just a little bit about the grading. So, and to do that, I'm going to actually open up the syllabus here. Let's just get that opened up for you. Hopefully it'll open up here. Yep, there it is. All right, so in the syllabus you have available to you, and let me just get it so it's big enough for us to see. You've got all the information that you need for contacting me. You're going to have, so this course is, overall, you're going to have 12 homework assignments. You're going to have 6 discussions. You're going to have 8 labs. You're going to have a final exam, And the other thing you're going to have are 3 unit tests. So you're not having a test, those check yourselves aren't graded. They are actually tests that are for practice, but you will have a test. The very first test isn't until the end of Module 3. So it's at the end of the first 5 weeks. It's all on motion. So in Chapter 1 measurement. I have a description of everything for you here. And then if you scroll down, you'll see what you're supposed to be learning in the class. But most importantly, here's your assignment guide. So you can see what you're going to do every week. And I also bold-faced where the tests are, right? So you're going to have 3 tests, one at week 5, one at week 9, and one at week 13. And you'll see you're still learning some material here in week 14 and 15, but you that material will be included on the exam and will not have a separate test because I didn't want to overload you with tests the first week. So the exam will be online in Moodle at this point. The college does want us to try to do face-to-face ones, but for right now, I'm just going to plan for it to be online. And it's going to be based on these 3 module tests and the self-check for Chapter 9. I want to remind you that the course is a 5-hour course. So like if you were meeting this course every day, you would have class. Then you would be expected to spend time outside of class doing homework and learning material. So all in all, you should expect to spend about 15 hours a week on this class. The other thing I want to go over is how I determine your grade. We're, of course, using the 10-point grading scale. So your unit tests are going to be 20% of your grade. Homework is 20%, discussion is 20%, labs is 20%, and the final exam itself, which is accumulative, is 20%. And then, of course, for attendance, you need to make sure that you are attending the course and doing everything that you're supposed to do in the course and not missing too many assignments. And then finally, for makeup work, you definitely need to understand that I don't allow late work, that in this class, it builds on itself. So if you miss homework 2 and homework 4, then you are going to be way behind. And if you're way behind, because homework 2 builds on 3 builds on 2 and 4 builds on 3, you're going to just get more and more behind. And with the course, as you can see, goes quickly, and we do cover a lot of material. So you want to make sure that if you are having a problem, if you're having an emergency, I'm not unreasonable, but you need to contact me immediately so that we can figure out a solution. I don't want you to get behind. I want you to be successful. I'm not in teaching, especially at the community college, to weed people out of a curriculum or a career that they want. I'm here to help facilitate that. But the best way for me to facilitate that is to encourage good time management skills and to be available to you and to give you feedback and to, help you learn the material. So that's my goal in life. So please, please contact me if you have problems. I'm going to check my emails on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm not going to check it on the weekend. I will try to answer your email within 48 hours of receiving it. But if I don't answer it immediately, then you may text me via the phone number that I have in the syllabus here for you. A couple other things before I stop. You definitely need to have like a webcam or a microphone headset because I'm going to allow you to use those as part of the discussions. If you want to, you don't have to, not required, but I'm also going to have help sessions before each test, and those will be done via Google Hangouts. So at the very least, you need to have a microphone that you can use so that you can ask questions, because it's kind of lame to have to use the text box. And you can buy microphones for, I bought a set for $20 the other day. It's a Logitech, and it's a headset, and it works very, very well. And the other thing you're going to need to be able to do is um, in the problem discussions, you might be asked to solve a problem, and you need to be able to make a picture of that or make a PDF of it. So you need to be able to scan documents and or take a picture of documents and be able to upload it to a link. So those are the two big things. And of course, we're using a free online textbook, and you just need to go to WebAssign and enter the class key to get access to WebAssign so you can do the homework. And that should be about it. I think you're lucky with the WebAssign. Most of the time people have to buy access to it, but it looks like we've got a deal with the that the dean set up, which is a good thing. If not, if we have any problems with getting into WebAssign, you need to let me know right away. If things aren't working, you need to let me know so that I can do what I need to do to help you. All right, I am done rambling, and I want you to know that I'm here for you. I want you to ask me questions. I am willing to meet with you via Google Hangouts, Skype, talk with you on the phone during, office hours and all that. So please, please, please contact me. And I wish you guys all the best. And remember that this course entails a lot of work. So develop a good time management plan. Set aside a certain amount of time every week so that you'll be able to get your work done and be able to ask me questions. And good luck, guys.